Hi students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I am Sunil Mirwani and today we will be doing cost of capital. Let's see question 19, page 166. Now, they have given you that Alarm Limited has a total capital of 75 lakhs. The breakup is as under. They have given you sources. They have given you that debt, 15% debt. Then you have 12% preference, and then you have equity share capital, and you have retained earnings. Okay, these are your sources of capital. Amount, proportion. Okay, they've given you that total is 75 lakhs. Okay. Now the given debt is 30%, right? So in that case, this is going to be 30% of 75 lakhs, which is 22 lakh 50,000, right? Then you have 12% preference share capital is 10%. 10% of 75 lakhs is 7 lakh 50,000. Now they give you equity share capital and retained earnings are in the ratio of 3:1. Equity and retained earnings are in the ratio of 3:1. Therefore, I can say equity is 3 times retained earnings, right? Now, we have 75 lakhs, out of which 22 lakh 50,000 is gone and 7 lakh 50,000 is gone. 22 plus 7, 29, 29, 50, 50, 30 lakhs is gone. So that leaves me with 45 lakhs, right? I can say equity plus retained should be equal to 45 lakhs. Everyone's understood how I got the 45 lakhs, guys? I'll explain this once again. Total is 75 lakhs, out of which 22 lakh 50,000 is debt, 7 lakh 50,000 is preference. 22 lakh 50 plus 7 lakh 50 is nothing but 30 lakhs. 75 lakhs minus 30 lakhs, that leaves you with 45 lakhs. Now, we've said equity is 3 times retained plus retained is going to give you 45 lakhs. So 4 times retained earnings is going to give you 45 lakhs. Therefore, retained earnings is 45 lakhs divided by 4, 1, 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 2, 5, 20, and then 3, 0. So, retained earnings is going to be 11 lakh 25,000. If retained earnings is 11 lakh 25,000, then equity has to be 3 times 11 lakh 25,000, which is going to be 33 lakh 75,000. How do I find the proportion for this? 33 lakh 75,000 divided by 75 lakhs into 100 is 45%. Similarly, 11 lakh 25,000 divided by 75 lakhs into 100 is 15%. So thus, we have all the proportions with us. Next, let's find out the cost of capital. Now, they've given you that tax rate is 40%. They've given you tax rate is 40%. So, you can find out cost of debt is given by the formula I1 minus tax. So, I, interest rate is 15. 1 minus tax is given to you as 40%. 40% means 40 upon 100, which is nothing but 0.4. So this is 15 into 0.6, that is 9. Thus, my cost of debt is going to be 9%, right? 12% preference. Since it is 12% preference, cost of preference will be 12%. Cost of equity and cost of retained earnings are given to you. They've given you that all equity shareholders expect a dividend of 15%. That means the cost of equity is given to you as 15% and cost of retained earnings is given to you as 10%. Right? Once you have this, then you can find out your weighted cost. Guys, how do I find out weighted cost? Proportion into cost of capital. So this will be, when you are taking proportion, take it as a number. When you take cost of capital, take it as a percentage. So 30 into 9%, which is going to be nothing but 2.7%. 10 into 12% is nothing but 1.2%. 45 into 15% is nothing but 6.75%. 15 into 10% is nothing but 1.5%. When you add all this, this addition is going to give you 12.15%. Therefore, your weighted average cost of capital is 12.15%. Now, they have also given you that the earning before interest and tax is 15 lakhs. They have asked you to calculate the EPS, right? Earning before interest and tax is given to you as 15 lakhs. Okay. Now, let's see this. Let's make the format first. Less interest will give you EBT, less tax will give you EAT, less preference dividend will give you amount available. Right? Now let's see this. They've given interest. I have to pay interest on debt, 15% interest on a debt of 22,50,000. 15% on 22,50,000 is going to be 3,75,500. 37,500. This is going to be my interest. Subtract this. This is 11,62,500. Tax rate is given to you as 40%. So at 40%, tax is going to be 40% of 11,62,500, which is nothing but 4,65,000. EAT, subtract the two, which will be 6,97,500. Preference dividend. Preference share capital is 7,50,000 and dividend is 12%. 12% on 7,50,000 is 90,000. Therefore, the amount available to equity shareholders will be 6,07,500. Once you know the amount available to equity shareholders, then you can find out the EPS. EPS is earning per share. Earning per share is amount available divided by number of shares. So amount available is 6,07,500 divided by number of shares. Now, they said that all shares of 100 rupees. My equity share capital is 33,75,000. Each share is of 100 rupees. That means the number of shares will be 33,750. That is 33,750. How did I get that? That is 33,75,000 divided by 100 will give you 33,750. When you divide this, you will get your EPS as 18. So the earning per share is going to be 18. Now once I have the earning per share, then I can find out. They have also asked you to find out the market price of the equity. We know that cost of equity is dividend per share upon market price per share into 100 plus growth. Cost of equity is given to you in the sum as 15. Dividend. Dividend we just found out is going to be 18 per share. That's your EPS upon market price into 100 plus growth. They haven't specified anything about growth, so you'll have to take growth as 0. Therefore, I can say that market price of the share is 18 upon 15 into 100. When we calculate this, you will get the market price of the share as 120 rupees. So the market price of this share, particular share, is going to be 120 rupees. Right? This finishes this sum. We'll stop here for the day. Thank you very much.